What is up, Breaking Bad fans? Kino here, and we are back with another Breaking Bad log. Today we're looking at the 4th episode of Season 5, 51. Now, the episode opens with Walt and Jr. at the mechanic. Walt has gotten his Pontiac Aztek repaired after the crash with Hank. Walt decides he's done with the simple car and offers it to the mechanic for $50. He then buys a Chrysler for himself and a Challenger for his son. Despite his previous agreement with Skyler to stick to their story, Walt is relishing his newfound wealth and power. After the title, Lydia is visited by the DEA in her Houston office. She's forced to give up her foreman, who was involved with the stolen methylamine. Lydia freaks out and is paranoid about being caught. She then calls Mike, who tells her that he'll send someone to pick up the methylamine. At the White residence, Walt and Jr. discuss their new cars. Though Skyler doesn't approve of the cars, she can't do anything about it. She then brings up the idea of sending Jr. to boarding school, but Walt shoots down the idea. He then tells her that he wants to have a party for his 51st birthday the next day. The next morning, Skyler doesn't arrange the bacon for Walt's birthday. After pressure from Jr., she ultimately does it, but clearly doesn't care. At the DEA office, they're going over the info they have on Gus's empire. Hank believes there's still someone at Madrigal working for them, and becomes a little suspicious of Lydia. Their new boss, Raimi, comes in, and informs Hank that they want to promote him to ASAC, the leader of their local office. Though this will require Hank to give up direct supervision of the Fring case, he ultimately agrees. Later, Walt and Jesse are breaking down the lab after another cook. Walt asks Jesse to clean up for him since he's expecting a party at home. However, when he arrives, he's disappointed to see that Skyler hasn't prepared anything extravagant for him. As Hank and Marie are driving to Waltz, Hank asks Marie what's been bothering her. She reveals what Walt told her, and Hank is shocked to learn that Skyler had an affair. Dinner is awkward, given that Skyler is quiet and sullen the whole time. Walt gives a speech about how he never expected to live so long. While he's doing so, though, Skyler walks into the pool, alarming everyone with this apparently suicidal behavior. Meanwhile, Jesse arrives at the Houston warehouse in order to pick up the methylamine. Lydia is very paranoid about having to help Jesse herself. As he's getting the barrel down, though, Lydia notices a tracking device on the bottom. Meanwhile, Hank and Marie sit down with Walt to discuss Skyler. Marie suggests that they take their children for a while to give Walt and Skyler time to work through their problems. Walt reluctantly agrees, but he realizes that this was Skyler's plan the entire time. Walt confronts her, and she tells him that she doesn't want the children in the house. When he tells her that they're not in danger, she throws his previous statements, like the "I am the danger" speech, back in his face. Realizing that he can't deceive her, Walt gets angry and in her face. She admits that she isn't as good at scheming as Walt is, and is instead just waiting for the cancer to come back and kill him. The next morning, Walt meets with Jesse and Mike to discuss the tracking device. Mike believes this to be too sloppy for the DEA, and instead thinks that Lydia is the one that planted it. He decides to kill her before she gets them caught or killed. Jesse, believing in Lydia's innocence, insists that they vote on the issue. Walt is only concerned about the meth, though, and insists that they're not stopping production under any circumstances. Afterwards, Jesse tells Walt that he agrees with his plan to deal with Lydia. He also offers Walt an expensive watch as a birthday gift. Returning home, Walt shows Skyler the watch. He says the person who bought it for him wanted him dead, and promises Skyler will change her mind about him just like he did. The title of the episode refers to Walt's 51st birthday in this episode, as well as the time at the very end being 11:51 p.m. Funny enough, it's actually the 50th episode overall. The time at the end of the episode is also very symbolic of the fact that Walt's time is running out, even if he isn't aware of it yet. The fact that he puts the watch on his Leaves of Grass book is also important foreshadowing for later. Speaking of which, the watch that Jesse buys Walt is an expensive Tag Heuer Monaco chronograph. It was made famous by the 1971 movie Le Mans. The film stars Steve McQueen, who also died of lung cancer as well. Finally, Walt's line that nothing stops this train is of course foreshadowing for the episode we're going to cover tomorrow. He's also sitting in front of a poster showing flies, a reference to the Fly episode from Season 3. And that's pretty much everything I had to say about the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one, coming soon. You want to take me on? You want to take away my patrons? Russell, Sean, Heart of Markness, Logan, Clean, John Reyna, Jesse Sterling, Andrew Stewart, Obsc Racing Media, Daz J. Kid, Conan Higgins, Sam Cedarlin, Don Lucania, Celery Man, Jenna Marie Johnson, Brad Smith Studios, and Uncle Mike.